get to. Welcome back to Going Through It with Justin Essenmacher. And you know what? I brought her back. Sarah Tullos. Hey.
Who is she?
I don't know.
It's me.
It's Sarah Tullos, everybody. Welcome. How have you been? Good?
Me? Oh, good.
Yeah, you're the guest on the podcast.
Oh, me.
I was doing effects.
Me, okay. Well,
Yeah,
I can't
hey.
hear them, so I don't know what
Well, we don't have
they
two pairs of
say.
headphones.
I'm great.
Yeah. You're great.
I'm good. How are you? No, I'm great. I drove down from the Big D,
What's the big D?
Dallas.
You're doing this thing with your voice, and I like it.
Dallas.
The big D. You did. You drove my stuff down because I just
did.
moved to Austin. Welcome to my apartment.
It's
Thank
beautiful.
you. Yeah.
I love it. It's wonderful. Maryland is nice.
Marilyn, isn't she set it off?
She really does.
She
The
sets it
chair, you can't see the chair right now, but
There's a pimp ass chair. You can watch it on Real Open Mics of Hollywood.
Yeah.
It's in the chair, the
Yeah.
pimp chair. $20 at Goodwill.
Goodwill is the tits.
It is the tits. And then I was also sitting there while I was walking through, and I was asking the homeless guy if he was actually going to buy the shirt or not.
It's
It's like, hey, man, you getting that? That's a good find. He's like, you know what? If you give me $1, I'll give you the shirt. And I was like, you got me. I'm like, I don't have any money. That's a funny joke.
That's okay. You had to be there, I guess. You
I
know.
thought it was that's a classic homeless thing when they come up to you and you're like, hey, man, you got change? You're like, no,
Yeah.
I have real money.
No, I have a black card.
Let's not get too hasty here,
Oh,
Sarah.
okay, sorry.
I mean, just because I look like I own a black card doesn't mean I have a black card.
Right. All right, solo cup.
Red Solo Cup. I fill you up.
Let's
Have a party.
proceed
to party. Yeah, we are partying. Me getting a job.
Justin is.
We are Woo Girls, bitch. Woo Girls, bitch. Woo Girls, bitch. We're the Woo Girl Gang. Anyway, yeah, I just got a job. Hopefully I make money. Because you know what happened?
That's the point of a job.
You know what happened? Last time I hung out with you, guess what I did? Did you know what I
Quit your
did?
job.
What? Oh my God, you were there.
I'm a good influence, everyone.
You're the best influence. And before we did the podcast, you go, I looked at you and I saw a doodle and I said, I should get it on my forearm and a tattoo. And you're like, you should. We almost didn't do the podcast because we were about to get a tattoo.
Well, we got to do the podcast.
We got to do it, and then we're going to get a tattoo.
We're gonna.
We'll get the tattoo later.
Yeah, I might get a piercing, an ear piercing. Don't get crazy. Okay, come on.
We're going to go to Claire's.
I'm gonna get my Claire's.
Where'd you get your ears pierced?
Claire's. Yeah, I really did.
How old were you got your ears pierced?
I think it was like 7.
7.
Yeah.
Wow.
Well, what about you? How old are you?
My body is
nipples
untouched. I'm clean. Yeah, I know you think it looks like I got nipple piercings.
But he wants to get a
But
tattoo.
surprising, I don't have anything of a duck
Hey.
that I doodled. That
Doodle
doesn't look like a
duck.
duck. It looks kind of stupid. It's kind of funny. And when you make hasty decisions when you're not in the right mindset.
Justin can't make a decision to save it.
Oh, here we go. Just drop it in, huh? Drop it in hot.
No, but listen, I can't either, so I'm allowed
Yeah,
to
so-
make fun of this.
Yeah, you can.
So
But don't throw me under the bus like I'm the only one.
Justin will be like, should we get this? Well, never mind. Let's get this. And then you'll say, okay, let's get this. He's like, okay, well, but do you really want this? I mean, we could get this if you want this. Let's do this.
I really need people to just let me know what they actually want, because if I
don't know what you want.
Exactly. But because when someone goes and I ask them a question and I go, you want this? And they go, yeah. I'm like, well, do you fucking want it?
Okay, but
And
when
they're like, make the decision. I'm like, well, it doesn't look like you want it.
Justin, we're here to celebrate you. What do you want? And then you're like, well, I think I want this. But like, what do you want? Do you want this? No. What do you want? You're gonna burp.
You know, it's a lot of stress. It's a lot of pressure.
I know. Believe me, I know. Making decisions is so fucking hard.
It's so hard.
Oh, dude.
What am I supposed to do?
I can't decide what underwear to put on sometimes.
You know what? I'm happy that I have.
It's hard because you have your certain days of the week underwear, you know?
I have.
And your going out underwear, like your show underwear, like your sleeping underwear. It's so hard to decide what freaking underwear to put on.
You know why it's so simple for me? Because I only own 10 pair. Don't judge me. I have a washing machine.
Okay.
But I know how many, when it gets down to underwear, I'm so picky with my underwear, like how my feels. Like I have very sensitive skin. So I found like one underwear that works.
He has arthritis, everyone.
You've been waiting on that one. And well played, kind of.
Yeah.
I give it a 7 out of 10.
Thank you.
Earlier when you called me arthritis, it was a 10 out of 10. But you still,
cameras weren't rolling. Okay?
Cameras weren't.
This whole thing is acted. We've already said
it's
all
not
of
acted.
This.
No, it's not. We haven't.
This whole thing is scripted.
Scripted. I mean, some of us, I guess, need a script.
Do I look like I need a script?
Yeah. And you also need a bib. You also need a bib while you drool over there, you mouth breather. Boom, roasted.
Y'all. I have sinuses, okay?
Oh, yeah, you have sinuses. Yeah, open up to fucking nasal passages and talk, Sarah.
I told you roasted. Tell me if I sound nasally. I knew it, you bitch.
Boom, roasted.
You fucking bitch.
You a bitch, you a bitch. Don't call me a bitch. Who's a bitch? Are you calling me a bitch?
I hope you use this microphone after me and I hope you get a sinus infection too. I brought your shit to you with a sinus infection.
You made me quit my job. You said, wouldn't it be so cool if you quit? And I was like, wouldn't it?
Listen, where are you right now? Where are you? Where are you?
Somewhere I can't afford it. And I have no job to afford it. I'm kidding. I'm happy.
He does.
I'm so happy. Actually, I did
Be happy. Let yourself be happy.
Do you not realize what I did?
No, I know exactly what you did.
Oh, yeah, sorry. Yeah, we talked about it before this.
I fucking know.
I moved to Austin. I set out to move to Austin because I wanted to move to Austin. I wanted to move somewhere close to downtown. I moved somewhere close to downtown. I wanted to get a job at a brunch place because I was done with corporate.
You got a brunch place.
I just got a brunch place. And I wanted to start my own podcast. I started my own podcast.
Manifestation, y'all.
I wanted to pursue comedy. I did that. Now, what is going on, Sarah? Why is there, what is missing?
Your mindset. That was deep.
Yeah.
No, but it's true. It's true. Everyone puts like happiness on a certain destination, and that's not.
I don't know if it was a certain.
Possible.
I don't think I was putting so much happiness on my destination as I was that I wanted to be here
like
for what it was.
Satisfaction.
Yeah. I didn't say so much. I wanted to be here. I like the feel of it. Now I'm here. I'm happy to be here.
You need to give it a second. It's been a week.
I think I need, yeah.
It's been a week.
I literally just settled in and,
Not even.
I'm not even settled.
Yeah.
I just got my bed literally.
Right. Give
4
yourself
hours ago.
some time.
Yeah, I need some time.
Yeah.
When I turn this place into the outside that's inside,
Yeah.
like the night, dude, my place is going to be Night at the Roxbury.
It's going to be a patio. Oh my God.
It's going to be Night at the Roxbury.
I really want that to be the theme of my
life. I'm ready. You want to know what it is? For the first time in my life, I get to be in a place where
that's yours.
Yeah, that I can do whatever I want and set it up how I want and feel how I want and be happy how I want and listen to music when I want and cook when I want and fucking listen to shit loud, even though I have neighbors. So I am cautious of that and nice and still have manners. But I'm listening to TV on 50, not 20, because I'm fucking living my life. I'm sleeping on this futon, watching
this right
watching
now?
000, watching some drug
movies.
movies.
What this is that you keep talking about.
Oh, it's a show on Amazon Prime. It's pretty good. Okay. It's all right, but it's weird to like. I'm waking up. I set my coffee now. I have a coffee time
Look at you.
at 9 a.m.
You're really
9
grown
a.m.
up.
Sarah, 9 a.m.
9 a.m.
I'm waking up with the sun. Almost. Not really, but the sun wakes me up and then I'm like, it's 8:30.
Okay, I'll go back to sleep for 4 hours.
And then, but I smell my coffee and then I'm like, I get excited. I get excited for my coffee. Like I want to wake up.
See,
It's a good thing.
This.
Coffee makes me happy. That's the only thing that makes me happy.
It's not coffee. It's the fact that you are waking up in your own space.
Yeah. Also, pretty cool when you wake up at 8:30 in the morning.
Okay, most people wake up before that, but
Sorry.
yeah.
Well, people in this lifestyle,
Yes,
when you're when you're waking up at 11 and 12 or 1.
I know.
Like I went to a Mexican restaurant down the street, right? We found one, right? And we
God,
walk in. We walk in. Also, we found the place because we were looking for parking. The parking in Austin is insane.
Yeah, it is a little weird.
It's crazy. So we ended up in this restaurant, right? And we're like, let's go in. Mm-hmm. I went in and she goes, what do you want to drink? And I said, a margarita. And then Philip looked at me kind of weird.
It's 10 a.m.
And he goes, yeah, it's 10 a.m.
Sorry,
I'm like,
I stole your joke.
no, yeah, you kind of took the punchline. But
I took it.
You know, the way you said it, I think it made it better almost.
You're welcome.
Thank you. Yep. Good job. No, but honestly, I was 10 a.m.
Vegas.
But it was 10 a.m.
Anytime
I
you
know,
want.
but I was like, but
Yeah.
it was so bright.
But because
And
you're
it was
so
so bright.
happy.
I was happy and like nice.
Yes.
Because I was already up for an hour and a half.
Yes,
And
queen.
usually when I'm up by an hour and a half, it's fucking 3 p.m., which is normal time to order a
Have you
margarita.
been sleeping actually though? Like
I've actually been sleeping on this margarita.
I've been sleeping on this margarita.
I was sleeping on this margarita,
No,
for real. I'll drink it.
Bill. But like, has it been a good sleep?
On the air mattress, yeah, I'm kind of getting some good sleep.
Look
Even
at
the little
that.
bit of time, you know what I realized? My night sweats stopped.
Oh, I had a bad one last night. Go on.
No, I had like 2 months of night sweats in Dallas.
Yeah, because you're stressed the fuck out, bro.
Like my bed.
Or the AC was not good. I don't know.
No, it wasn't that. I was just sweating.
Yeah.
It was unhealthy. I was
think
scared.
you're where you're meant to be right now, dude.
I've never been in a. This is the first time, like, honestly, this is the thing, like, I've been looking for. I've been looking for somewhere because I've been sick and tired. I grew up in a place where you had to drive 30 to 40 minutes anywhere.
Right.
To an hour.
Everything is right here.
And
You can walk everywhere.
I am 5 to 10 minutes away from most things. 15 minutes is like a drive right now.
It is. It really is.
Which is wild to me. And it's so relieving to be like, I can go do what I want and in 10 minutes be home. Because I'm used to driving an hour. Like, I mean, last night I did a 2-hour drive to get home, but
That was
a travel. That was a little.
well, yeah, that was
But for the most part, yeah,
crazy.
it's crazy. I never thought that. This is always what I wanted. I always wanted something close.
Are you happy?
Yeah.
Good.
But why don't I feel happy?
Because it takes some time to catch up, you know? Give it some time.
Yeah, and I just got a job. I'm really hoping the job works out. Can I tell you want to hear the story? Well, they need to hear the story. You heard the story.
I heard it, but it's your turn now.
Well, I mean, it's for so
I was there.
this is on a level of when you do something and you set out the way and then things work themselves out. It happened in California. So when I was in California, I moved to California with not that much money, no plan. I thought I had a plan, which I did not have a plan. And I went out there and I was living in my car. I had no place to stay.
Fail to plan to fail.
There you fucking go. So I was at my job, and the first table I waited, this lady was like, where are you staying? I'm like, in my car. And she's like, I ran out of house. And I was like, what? So I found my house like that.
Right.
Yeah. And then the crazy thing, I came down here, I was like, I know I need to get a job. I got to make some money. And I was looking for a brunch place because I'm like, I'm over this night shit, dude. I'm over this serving, giving my nights away that I want for comedy. I want to be close, which the place is close. It's not far. And before, when I was going to look for jobs, I applied at one place, then I was driving. I called you. I was driving 20 to 30 minutes away to this other place. And I was like, I hate this drive.
Yeah, and I said, stop.
And I stopped. And I turned my car around. And then I went and parked. And I went to Magnolia Cafe to apply. But then I started walking. And then I started walking to see other restaurants to apply to. And then I saw people that I met from like last week, which was so random because they're visiting. They're not even here. They don't live here. And I was like, I know you. Well, the one was visiting and the one lives here. But I never saw him again. I never thought I'd see him again in my life.
Right.
But I turned my car around from the one job I didn't want to go to. I hated the drive. Parked my car. I walked and I saw them. This girl works at the restaurant that I applied to. She got me the interview and now I got a job because I turned the car around because I said I hate the drive.
See?
When you start making choices for your life, it's kind of cool.
Yeah. You got to kind of like listening to your gut is a lot harder than people make it sound because I think over the years we've been taught to like question our gut, and be like, no, I mean, maybe you should do this or whatever. And so it gets to the point where you don't know where your gut feeling is.
Yes.
So once you finally are able to tap back into that, it's like, don't let go.
Yeah. Seriously. And there's been levels in my own confidence and maturity in the last like month from just honestly the podcast, starting this podcast right here has been a huge thing for my own state of mind. And I if anybody's watching this, and I don't know who's watching it, if you ever have any idea of what you want to do, it's like, just do it. I tell you this all the time. You're rolling your eyes. I gave you a microphone to start your own podcast. I think we started this, talked about this in the last one, but it's not even to talk and get you down. It's just in a thing of like, I'm a person who has been through like the decisions that some people have thought about doing, and they haven't though, because they were in the same position I was. And then I decided to say, fuck it.
Right.
And do it. And when you decide to actually, and that's why when people look at your decision making and when you're like, I quit my job on a whim. I went on break and I didn't come back. It was almost not real. And I did it, and it was liberating, and then it was also terrifying.
But it's supposed to be.
But it's terrifying.
Supposed to be easy.
But tell me this though. Why is it terrifying when it's not even a terrifying thing?
It's terrifying because it's comfortable.
Yes. It's terrifying, but it's terrifying because we're so conditioned that we need this job because, and this is what's crazy about jobs. How is it you go into your job and everybody in the job's like, fuck this place.
They hate it.
Yeah, tell them thank you.
It's miserable.
So,
it's a miserable place to be.
So on
but
that,
so many people are so comfortable with that.
Yes.
And they don't know how to get out.
Yeah, and I was in the same position because I was sitting there at my job bitching with everybody else in the corner, right? And every day I would be like, I'm going to quit. Just quit. And I like look at them and I'm like, I can quit.
You can actually quit.
You can just quit your job. And that's the thing is like, when I saw you that day and I went on break, in my mind I was going back to my job, right?
Yeah.
As when I was on my way to see you, I'm like, I know it's going to be fucking fun. I'm like, maybe I'll have a drink or something, chill out. Because it was not like, it was a slow day. And I'm like, I don't even need to go back.
Right.
Right? It was on Easter. This was crazy. It was on Easter. The day the Lord returned.
I forgot about that.
Holy shit, if you actually think about it, if you really want it, I was raised Catholic. Easter is when he returned, right?
You're asking the wrong.
Me too.
Yeah, I think so, actually. I think so.
Where's my phone?
Easter. Yeah, it's when he was risen.
It's right here. Easter is, right?
Yeah.
Think how crazy this is. If you want to go into conspiracy shit about it. Easter is when I had the epiphany of quitting my job. God told me to quit.
Awakening. God
told me to quit. Amen?
It is, though. It was a true awakening.
And see, now, the crazy thing about it is...
Rebirth.
It was a rebirth. And now the crazy thing is, now that I don't practice religion, but if you actually think about it, that's kind of wild. On Easter. And you want to know what, to me...
Saturday, but yeah.
As a person, I just got a job and I'm talking about all this. Hopefully they don't see this, but... Dude, think about this. I'm a responsible adult, and usually I'm the person who, and like, I hope maybe you want to know what I hope that people that the job that I quit, and they maybe have seen this, it's nothing personal and it's nothing against anybody in that world, right? With the quitting of the job, and it's not trying to fuck anybody over. And I think a lot of people, look at employees as like, they don't look at us as humans.
No.
So like when we quit, they're like, are you serious? You know what you're giving up? And it's like, you know what I'm giving up? I'm giving up something that's taking away my life.
Back. Yes.
I was sitting there the last month. I was barely doing comedy because I was working. I'm not mad because I know I need to survive, but I'm also in the state of mind of like, I moved to Texas for comedy, Dallas, Austin, California for comedy. I didn't move to be a server.
But there's so many. That's the thing about serving jobs, and actually most jobs.
Like today,
you have a great job with a great company. I think most jobs, they need you more than you need them most of the time.
Yeah, and tell me this.
I mean, yeah, obviously you need a job, but that sounds
obviously
fucking privileged. Yeah. But yes, we need jobs to be able to pay for our lives and all that stuff. But when you're serving, there's so many restaurants that you could work at, and they make you feel like shit for quitting. And you're like, dude, I'm trying to live my freaking life. Do you think I want to be a server my whole life? And no offense to people that do, but like, no.
Yeah. And yeah, that's exactly it. And it's terrible because every job makes you feel that way. Every job makes it feel like important.
They make you
and
feel
when you sit there, they're like,
we're wanting to better your life.
When you step back from a job and you go, you're making $12 an hour, and someone's making you feel bad. You're waking up every day to drive to some place that you fucking hate. Yeah. And it makes you, I've been at jobs where they have made me so miserable and so stressed out that I've ruined relationships. Yep. I've taken it out on people that I love and care about. And then when you break down to your boss in the office and you start crying and you're like, what, this is terrible. Like, they're like, well, I mean, I'd probably start looking for a new job. And then they fire you the next week for some bullshit. You're like, oh, I'm sorry that I talked to you and how this is affecting me because it's run so poorly.
Yeah.
You don't
just
like
have to think of like what is your main goal? Like what is not even goal, but like what makes you happy? Comedy makes you happy, right? Like that realm of creativeness makes you happy. So the means to pay for just to live your life, to live that creative life doesn't need to hold that much weight.
Yeah. And that's I think a thing with it's the way that I live my life with what I'm choosing. It's like, I need to make money. Mm-hmm. I have to make money.
Right.
Because in my mind, I feel there in a sense of comfortability, there's also it eases your mind when you can come to a place where you can just breathe.
Yeah, of course.
And this right now, yes, this is it. I don't like going back to a chaotic place where it's just like, I'm stressed out and I'm annoyed and I'm looking at things that aren't even my doing that are pissing me off and I'm going to have to take care of.
Right.
Which as adults, with like when you're moving around doing this kind of lifestyle, you live with other people and things, it's like just saying it out there. It's just like for everybody. It's like if you're an adult living with other adults, there should be just a fucking understanding. Like we all stand in lines, right? We all stand in a line because there's apparently a sense of understanding that I was here first, you go behind me. Mm-hmm. But why is it when you live with other random people, they're like, I shit here so I can shit on the fucking walls?
Because, dude, even adults, it doesn't mean shit to be an adult, honestly.
Yeah.
Because you're going to grow older no matter what.
Yeah, and you know what I found?
Doesn't mean you're mature.
It does not mean you're mature. What I found out with living with roommates, especially in LA, what happened is kids got away from their parents. Mm-hmm. And they're like, oh, now I don't have to clean the nothing. And you're like, yes, you do.
Yes.
Why does the house smell like shit? Because you don't clean.
Right. And they'll find themselves in situations where other people will get so annoyed that they clean.
Yeah, and they're like, they just clean. Oh, cool.
Well, I don't need to.
And they don't think that they're making the other people fucking mad. You are.
That's
because
why
guess what?
Living
Because
alone is amazing.
Yeah, this is, dude. I actually OCD clean. I don't know if it's a new thing that I'm discovering, but I don't know if it's like a thing where I'm like, I like keeping something nice and like now that it's mine and I know if I clean it, I come back to it and I'm like, oh.
Yes.
Like I did the dishes before
yours.
It's nice.
It's so nice.
And I think where I'm at, especially for my life, I think like there was so many steps leading up to this. And I think like this is kind of crazy. I think it took 31 years, I guess, to finally get here.
That's okay.
And it is okay. But the thing is, I'm trying to say I'm happy with that it took 31 years to be in this spot because I think I landed exactly where I always wanted to be.
Right.
I thought LA was, when I moved to LA, I thought LA was this. I thought it was going to be this.
Okay.
This is what I was looking for.
Oh, good.
So when I went to LA, it was a shell shock, and it was sucky, and it was depressing, and it was miserable. It was hot, and it was cool. I love the skyline, and I'm not, like I still miss LA, but I think this Austin is just you get an LA feel, but you can breathe.
Mm-hmm.
And now I'm close to everything, and it's pretty fucking awesome.
Austin is the best. It really is the best. And I miss it.
Yeah, you used to live here, right?
I used to live here right out of. I went to junior college for a year, and then I.
What's the junior college? What junior college?
Odessa College.
Did you go to school with Boogie? Booby Miles?
No.
What's his name? Booby?
I don't know. I don't like
from Friday Night
football.
Lights.
I didn't watch Friday Night Lights.
Yeah. Did you ever go to the games?
Occasionally, but we just got drunk.
So what were the games? What were the games like in person? Were they like Hollywood?
No.
Or no? Did they suck?
All the like in Hollywood, they make all these kids look so big. Like the biggest kid in our football team was like smaller than me.
Really?
Yes. So you're just watching a bunch of kids run around and play football. It's like not.
I remember when I was in high school football, we had like a pretty big like class, like my year and prior. And then the 2000, like after us, kids started getting smaller.
Yeah.
Yeah, because you're 29, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, so for some reason, 2 years of that difference, I came back and I looked at like the football team and they were all these small kids.
It's weird. It's like everybody's like, isn't
now they're
football
shooting
so
up again
great?
because now the kids are getting back on the
HGH.
all the whatever steroids that they put in the shit that we buy.
Yeah, I know.
The preservatives are good in the milk now.
Are they?
I don't know.
The milk bags. Did y'all ever have the milk bags? You have to stab the straw.
You had milk?
in?
No, we had milk cartons, little boxes.
They were like little square baggies full of milk.
That's in like Japan.
Stab a straw in it.
When you look at milk from afar, when you got older, and someone told me like, yeah, we're the only animal that drinks other animals' milk.
Yeah, it's gross.
Yeah, it's kind of gross. But then you look at it and you're like, I don't. And it's weird because
we're not baby cows.
But then you look at it and you go as an adult and you're like, and they made it so weird. Like you don't want to drink a human's milk. You're like, oh, that's weird.
Well, not as an adult.
But you're like,
no.
oh, I'm gonna drink that cow's milk. But
no.
It's actually more weird to drink the cow's milk than a human titty.
Yeah, it is.
Human titty.
Like adult cows don't drink milk. They drink water.
No, they eat grass.
And they eat grass.
And they graze.
There's no adult animal that drinks milk.
You know what it was when they talked about the propaganda for milk, how they push it just like corn? Mm-hmm. Now we're getting deep. How it was so crazy because the government's like, well, we got all these farmers and they're making all this corn and all this milk. Well, we should put it in everything. Then you got your high fructose corn syrup.
Yeah,
syrup. I'm sorry. I'm sober as shit right now.
High fructose corn syrup. What? What was that?
I don't know.
I don't know.
Anyway, so corn syrup is bad.
It's yummy.
Yeah, it's yummy though. It tastes so good in my soda pop.
Yeah. Why are we on the subject of cows?
Milk.
Milk.
Do you have? I switched over to almond milk.
Yeah, same. We do almond and coconut. Yeah.
How's coconut milk?
Sometimes cashew. It's all the same to me.
I get the unsweet vanilla almond milk. I like it with things. I put it in smoothies.
It tastes like water that's slightly sweetened. Like honestly,
it goes good with milk. I mean cereal though.
Yeah,
it goes well with cereal because it gives you like a nice sweetness.
I just don't like a glass of it. Like I don't want a glass of almond milk.
I sometimes do. If you get high enough, it's good.
But there's have you had chocolate almond milk? It's the tits.
No, that'd be good though. I bet you if you make chocolate vanilla unsweetened almond milk, that'd be good.
Yeah. That's what we do.
Oh, that's what you do?
Do half and half. You mix half because you don't want to use all the chocolate milk at once, you know? Just use half vanilla and half chocolate.
Oh, you buy chocolate almond milk?
Yeah.
Oh, I thought you were making it with like Hershey syrup.
No. They make chocolate almond milk.
Is it awesome?
It's delicious. It's delicious.
It's delicious.
I love it.
Next. So I want to go back on the thing that is kind of funny that you're here to be my guest. Because yesterday I was going to do this podcast by myself.
Uh-huh.
And then I was like, actually, Sarah's coming to drop my stuff off. Mm-hmm. Thank you, by the way. She dropped my bed off from Dallas. And then you got here and I was like, it was so perfect because last time I saw you, I quit my job.
Yeah. You're welcome.
Next time I saw you, were on my podcast to talk about how I quit my job. Now I got a new job and I moved here to Austin.
Yeah, isn't it crazy?
Yeah, you're a good influence. You've really helped me out in the last few weeks.
I just want you to believe in yourself.
I want myself to believe in myself too.
Yeah, same.
And I try to do the same thing that you do for me, but you really shut me down.
I know, I'm good at it.
You really, like, I thought I was good at shutting people down. You're good.
No, I know.
Yeah.
I'm really good.
Look at that. See how you took that?
What?
How I just said you're good at shutting it down, and you're like, yeah, I know. And then I tell you like all these other things, you're like, I suck. I'm not funny. I can't sing.
But it's like, I don't know. Like, you've been doing it longer than I have too.
That's why I try to tell you like some of the things I've been through, and I try to let you know like, yo, it will be good for you.
I know. Just keep going. Just keep going. And that's what I'm trying to do.
Are you though? I'll cut it down. Yeah. Are you?
I mean, I've had a head cold for the last couple days.
Oh my God. All right. Cut the fucking cold out. And then what were the last few days, huh?
I had a show
Did
last
you start a podcast?
Thursday, actually.
Okay. Sorry.
Okay.
I'm sorry. I got aggressive there. I'm sorry.
I made $34 and I got a $20 liquor tab.
You know what? I apologize.
I mean, I'm still doing things.
I apologize.
Doesn't mean I believe in myself.
You've made so much more money than me in comedy in the last year.
I got good tips the other day.
No, the thing is, I try to push you as aggressive as I think you push me with some of the things. Like the story about how you said if you don't want the drive, just don't do it. You said you were gonna. You told me you remind myself of things that I've said, and I go, that's true. And the thing that sucks with things that people say is that people talk a lot and they don't do what they say. And I think what I've been doing with myself is calling myself out, and that's why I quit my job.
Yeah.
Because I'm over it. And that's why I did my podcast. And that's why I did the other things that I've been doing. And it's because I'm done with the talking about it. And I'm like,
just do it.
I had to start believing, because obviously you're talking about it for a reason, right?
Right. And then like when you put, I totally understand. We just talked about this. Like we're so aware of the shit that we do wrong, but it's like, do we do the things to fix it? And you actually are. You're doing the things that you keep talking about that you want to do.
The crazy thing, I keep doing that and I'm still like, what's happening? Like, why am I still lost right now?
Because you got to give it a second, man. Not everything just like is instantaneous.
Well, no, I just think like it's still like everything's moving so fast. I am so like scattered brain.
I know.
When people talk to me and I like see them, I see people like the day after that I see them and I'm like, I saw you recently, and they're like, yeah, that was last night. And I'm like, what?
You tell me a lot of the same stories sometimes, but like you ask me though, you're like, did I already tell you this? And I'll be like, yeah, you did.
Yeah,
this is okay. I think because you're probably future tripping, like we talked about.
I future trip a lot.
Future tripping is fun. Actually, it's miserable, but I think the main goal is like to be as present as possible, no matter what you're doing. But it's so hard when you have a bigger dream and a bigger goal, Yeah,
and it's crazier to think when your bigger dream and the dream you're trying to do, you really don't know how to accomplish it. You're just basing it off of things that you see or think. You know what I mean?
There's no roadmap, really.
And so like your path, you're like, right now, I feel like there was, say, the left, right, and I don't know, the red or blue pill, and I think I took the green pill.
Yeah.
So like you had Justin, you had two choices, and I'm like, well, I'm gonna take the green pill.
Exactly.
It's like we don't have a green pill. Like, well, I found one.
I made one. Yeah.
Like I found it on the ground. You're like, well, that's the bad one, and you're like, oh shit, and like it would have been easier if you took the blue or the red one.
No.
But then again, you don't know what the blue one is, and you don't know what the red one is. No. So now you took the green one, so you don't know.
You gotta make your own way, and do it your own way.
Yeah, and that's the big thing that I've been getting over, is this is what it is. I'm starting to believe in myself in a certain way of like, I think I could build my own fan base. I like what I do. I think that once people start to see me more, I think I could have a really cool fan base. And this is a future trip for sure, because I don't know if I have a fan base, but I think that what I do is pretty cool and pretty fun, and I'm a funny guy. And this is me trying to project confidence and understand that. Because lately it's just, I just don't, when I'm not seeing results from what I'm doing, it sucks, because after I do things that I do, people compliment me and they say how, they're like, man, you're funny, man, you're awesome, I love your shit. And then I'm like, that's so crazy. How do these people love my stuff, but I'm not doing so much more? Like, I don't see results.
I know.
Does that make sense?
Yeah, I get it. I think it's just You just got to keep doing what you're doing. Like, not everybody's journey looks the same. You're looking at other people and you're like, they're doing something and that's working, but I'm doing the same thing and it's not working, and nothing looks the same for anybody. I'm
trying to think. I just thought that, I'm wondering, what if I just step back, start living my life, like, do what I want, try to take a step back from comedy. Not that I want to. I don't want to take a step back from comedy. I want to be in it mostly. But what if I maybe take a breather and like get myself, worry about do this shit. Obviously stick up with it. Do a mic here and there.
Do the things that are making you happy. So what makes you happy? Doing the
comedy makes me happy. But driving 2 hours, 3 hours to do it doesn't make me happy.
Right.
I want to do comedy in my fucking, I'll do comedy here. If I could do comedy here every night. If you're
satisfied with this, if comedy here makes you happy, then do more of that. I'm not saying do less of open mics, but start doing more of the stuff that you say makes you happy.
Yeah.
So like this.
Well, I just think it's like, then I'm like, well, shit, if I'm not driving around going to every fucking open mic, am I not doing enough?
Who are you comparing to? You're comparing to people. That's what you're doing.
Yeah. Because I don't think I need to compare myself anymore to people. Wow. That was a good one. That was a big one.
Yeah.
Sometimes this podcast surprises you. This is why I say you got to start one. Because you start to say things. It's almost like therapy, and you'll say something and you're like, that came out of my mouth, and you go, oh, fuck. Yep. Yeah. And you start to realize shit. And that's just like, dude, when I turned my car around, I was like, yeah, just turn. And I did it. And I was like, my heart relieved. It just went down.
Weird that you're in control of
Yeah, but I don't feel like sometimes I'm just so scattered. I'm just like, no, I need this. I got to go find this. And someone told me about it.
When I saw how many restaurants were on Congress, right? There's so many opportunities.
Yeah, when I was driving to there, and I was already in minute 20 of the drive. I was already driving everywhere anyway. I was on the highway though, and I looked and I'm like, this drive reminds me of every drive I've ever hated to my fucking job. And I'm not even going to my job. Right. I'm going to a place to see if I like the job. And I'm like,
potentially a job.
And I'm like, no.
You got to stop reliving the same patterns that are making you miserable.
That's what for real. And that's why I did it. And when I told my mom, she was scared shitless. She goes, I told my mom I quit my job and stuff. I didn't tell my family any of this.
Yeah.
Because I didn't want to have to. This is what I wanted to make the decision. There's a lot of lately that I've been wanting to make decisions for myself, and I don't want to hear other people, because this is what it is. Maybe I do want affirmation, but sometimes when I make decisions, I don't want people to give their input. Because when people give their input, and when people give their input, they make me fucking second guess myself, and then I get this worry, and it makes me mad because I'm just like, oh, that makes me so mad. And I'm like, how is this affecting your fucking life? Mm-hmm. Because it's not. Mm-hmm. And it pisses me off when I'm so excited about something and somebody else looks at me and they go, yeah. And I'm like, or they'll give their input and I'm like, and then I second guess and I go, I guess it's not good enough.
See? You're so reliant on other people's opinions.
And I don't want to be, but I guess it's also why do people have to give their opinion in such a negative way on a certain that
I mean, most
and
of
especially
us
the people, and most of the people that it's tearing me down, it's people that I'm close to.
I know.
And I'm like, why? What? Everybody in my life knows me. Mm-hmm. They know what I'm doing, what I've been trying to do, what I've been doing now for 11 years. And they're like, they still question it. And I'm like,
people don't get it.
And that's the thing is, this is
okay. You have to learn to be okay with that, though.
Yeah, I'm trying to be okay with it. Yeah. And but me, honestly, there was a thing when I quit the job and I said it. I was terrified, but I'm also it was just a huge thing. This is such a huge thing in my life.
It is.
So
you should be proud of yourself.
I'm trying to be.
I know, but you keep second guess, not second guessing it, but like we talked about, not letting yourself be happy.
Actually, there was something I meant to talk about too. There was moments. So when I first moved in here, the story is kind of crazy. So when I moved down here, I quit my job on Easter, which is Sunday. I came down here on Monday to go to Kill Tony. Tuesday, I came and looked at this apartment. I went and talked to them. I applied, and then Wednesday I worked it out. And then on Thursday, came down here for Kill Tony 500. While I was on the drive to here, I finished the application and paying this place. So I was driving while I was finishing moving here. That's how fast this went. And then I got here. So I didn't even get to get my keys. I went to a show before I even got my keys for this apartment. I paid for it. I opened up the mailbox when I got home. My heart did skip a beat because I was like, holy shit.
It was real.
It was real. And my heart skipped a beat. And then the biggest one was actually plugging in my coffee pot.
Really?
That was another big one. It was like my heart dropped when I got the keys because like, wow. I was like, holy shit, this is like a big thing. And then I plugged in my coffee pot and I was like, this is my place.
This is where I'm going to wake up for the next year.
Yeah. So, I mean, it was like I had big moments and I'm still like, I just don't know. I think there's a lot of things that I'm going through otherwise. Like everything I've been doing, I'm setting out and I'm doing. I'm accomplishing the things that I'm meant to do. So I should be pretty happy with myself.
But, I mean, easier said than done.
Right?
Yeah. Because if you're not happy, like, while you're struggling, then it's hard to be happy when you're...
That's exactly it.
Finding success, you know?
You've called me a glutton for punishment.
Yeah, you are. I mean, a lot of us are. I don't know what it is. I'm sure it stems from fucking childhood trauma or some shit like that. But a lot of people have a hard time letting themselves be happy or enjoy a moment or sit in positivity. Like to turn it around and be like, well, but here's the negative side of it. And maybe we should think about that too. Because maybe we don't deserve to be fully happy, you know?
Yeah.
It comes from different places for everyone. But I think it's a good thing to recognize is that anytime you're happy, you try to turn it into something negative because you don't think you deserve it.
Yeah. Yeah. Even when people, it sucks because my immediate reaction sometimes is just negative.
Yeah.
I hate it.
And it becomes a habit.
It's almost, it's just like a twitch. Like when someone says something, my mouth automatically opens. I've been trying to work on it, but it's just like, and then I say it, I'm like, God damn, man. Everything out of my mouth is negative.
Yeah.
It's always been negative. I don't want it to be.
But I think you're in a good spot. Like you're going towards more positivity.
I think I am.
You've got a space of your own. You got Philip.
Yeah. Philip is, he hangs out with me. Yeah. So.
You're in a new city, which is full of like nature and life.
I went disc golfing with Philip.
Oh yeah, I saw that.
Was it? Yeah, I went disc golfing, and surprisingly, I thought I sucked at golf and could lose golf balls. I almost lost frisbees. That's how bad I was. But also, I was just sitting there. Disc golf? Pretty awesome.
Gay? Oh, sorry.
Gay. Yeah, gay.
My bad.
You know what I mean? You can make fun. No, but the thing about it was just like, we just went out there. By the way, this is what's cool. So now, like, this location keeps getting better. It's like, Philip said, we're next to like 2 pro disc golf courses. So the first disc golf course I played was like a pro one. Which is, you don't do that if you've never played disc golf, because if you don't know how to throw a frisbee, there's woods all around. But the thing was, I didn't even care we were disc golfing. We were in nature. We had
fun, right?
Dude, we had to park in this baseball parking lot for like a community baseball like park, right? Then we had to walk down this riverbed that was like a dry riverbed. We had to climb down like rocks. Like we climbed down rocks.
Yeah.
Climbed through rocks, climbed up rocks, and then we had to walk through the forest, and then there was the course, which was one of the nicest. It was just so nice to be there, and I was just like trying to comprehend that I live here now. And I'm like, dude, this is amazing. Like how beautiful it was. You're just walking in the forest.
So
fun.
Barton Creek. It's like that little man-made like pool. Oh, it's like a natural.
Are you talking
pool.
about the? Are you talking about the
know.
spring?
Yeah, Barton Springs.
Yeah,
Sorry.
Barton Springs.
Not
We
Creek
went there.
Springs.
We went there after. We went there after we played some pickleball at Bolden Acres, which is amazing.
Okay.
Anyway, we went out to the Barton Springs.
Uh-huh.
There was a line for like 45 minutes. There was like 300 people in line.
Line?
It was like sold out.
Really?
It looked like Cedar Point.
That's crazy.
That's in Ohio. You ever heard of it?
Cedar Point? No.
Like Six Flags?
No.
A theme park?
Yeah, I know what Six Flags is.
There was a lot of people in a park.
Okay.
Yeah, there you go.
Got it.
So they asked, like, apparently the capacity, but like in my mind, they were trying to do it to COVID standards. You know, there's something with this COVID standards. Think about this.
Too late now.
It's too late. We're in a park. Everybody in the park, they're like, we gotta separate them. Everybody's
You're
almost
in the
naked.
same
Everybody is
water.
almost naked. There's people swimming around, drinking the water, pissing, shitting in the water, and we're like, this is beautiful. So it's like, what's the point of putting?
So freaking cold though.
I want to be in there. It looks so cool.
It's so cold.
But it looks so beautiful.
It is.
And it was like a 90-degree day, so it was like I would go in there.
I never get in there.
You know what we have in Michigan? We have the 5 Great Lakes. You ever swam in?
And they're freezing as hell.
You ever been in? Have you been in any of them?
Yes.
Which one?
I don't remember. We went to visit
Like
our friend.
Michigan. Where at? What city?
In Lansing? Not Lansing. They were on the
Traverse
lake.
City?
They had like a lake house.
Traverse City?
I don't know.
It's probably Lake Michigan if you're talking. So you weren't in the UP?
I don't fucking know, dude.
Well, if you're, I have a feeling you were probably in Lake Michigan. Lake Michigan's cold. Lake
It
Superior is
was
always cold too.
freezing.
We were in the summer and the water's like 60 degrees.
Yeah,
You're like,
we
this
were in
is
the
stupid.
summer. It was like right before Labor Day when it started to get cold, but it was like the last hot day.
That's Michigan for you.
Yeah.
Labor Day.
Nick was like, "Oh my god, the water feels amazing," and I jumped in. I had hypothermia. Like,
Is that how Nick sounds?
No, he's.
How did he?
he's got
How did he
higher
sound like when he? Baby, will marry me.
Will you marry me? No, he proposed on his birthday.
Yeah, wait. Actually, I've never heard your story.
It's not anything.
Oh, I'm sorry.
crazy.
Sorry, Nick. I didn't mean to do that. She just said it
No,
wasn't special.
It was amazing.
Have you seen your ring? Jesus Christ. There's so many things with these women. When women look at me and I ask them about their story about their marriage and I see their rock and I go, how's the story? And you go,
Don't compare me.
I mean,
Don't compare me.
I'm not comparing you to anybody. I'm talking about all of the women with the big rocks. They're like, they can barely hold their hand up and they go, you know, it could be bigger. And you just want to hit
I never said that about
you just want to hit the woman and you're just like,
ring.
I know. Yeah, you should.
I do.
Good. But the proposal was shit.
No, the proposal was great. It was great. He did it in the
I'm kidding.
hallway.
So what was it? What? I never heard your story.
It was his birthday. It was on his 30th birthday.
That's cute. How long were you dating for?
8 years.
Wow.
Yeah. Like, I was not expecting it because I was like, bro, we're never
never
getting
getting
married at this point. But yeah, he came.
Did you
up-
want to get married? Like, were you
mean, I was
expecting it?
into it.
When did you think you were going to
Probably
get proposed
like
to?
4 years in, I was like, dude, are we gonna ever do this? And he was like, he was like, what's the point unless we have the money to do it? He was like, we're
Makes
already
sense.
committed to each other. We
Makes
bought
sense.
a house together.
Oh, you brought. Okay, yeah, you're married.
Yeah. So it was like, and then after that, I was kind of over it. And then he proposed on his 30th birthday, and
And you were like, yeah, idiot. Obviously.
yeah, I was like,
Are we gonna go
geez,
home? Can you
no.
start? Can you warm
no,
the car
I
up?
won't marry you. Let's sell this house.
Sell the house.
Take one of the dogs. I'm out of here.
Who gets the dogs? You have two. Who gets one? Who gets who?
He probably gets Copper because I bought Copper for him for his birthday, for his 30th birthday. He got a surprise party for his 30th birthday.
That's awesome.
He got Copper for his 30th birthday, and he got me.
Is
for
there a
his 30th
video of
birthday.
Copper of him getting?
Yeah, I'll show you. I went and got her from the airport, and then when I got home, I put her in my trunk, and I said, "Hey, Nick, come help me get this thing out of my trunk." And he walked out into the garage, and she was in the trunk.
What did he do?
He was like, "Are you serious?" Yeah, I'll show you pictures. It's cute as hell.
So you kidnapped your dog,
No, I
kidding.
got her from the airport.
put her in the trunk.
And then,
Drove her.
I drove her in my lap the whole way home.
How was she when you saw her?
She was so fucking cute. Oh my god.
Was she happy?
No, she was a little stressed out.
I bet.
From the
It's always so
airport.
terrifying.
I know.
Like,
I felt so
I always
bad.
like when you look at the dogs thing, and it's not to say that I love your dogs. Copper's awesome, and so is Cassius. But when you look at dogs and you're like, the story, I don't even want to bring the moment because it's a good moment. I don't want to bring the moment down, but when you look at like dogs and you're like, well, I took this dog away from its mother and its father.
I know. know.
And you're like, well, how much? Well, $100. Actually, this one, they gave it to me for free. I just don't want them to be with the family. And you're like, oh my God.
But this sounds terrible. Okay, adopt, don't shop. I know that, but this is from a breeder, so she was like meant to be sold. God, I'm a terrible person. I know.
It's just humans. We're just like, yeah, you know what? Break up the family so this family can be happy. And then the kids don't even give a fuck about the dog. Like, oh, I got to take the dog out? Fuck the dog. And you're like, the dog doesn't even have a family. You took it. This is sad.
Why are you making this so sad?
I'm sorry. I just had that thought.
They live the best life. And they're so happy. Have you seen
they really
them?
are.
They're the happiest. They love
They
leather.
just did. You know what? Actually, look at it this way. How about we solve what I said with, they just moved out quicker than some of us. I moved out when I was 29.
They moved out when 6 weeks.
There you go.
Yeah.
Problem solved. They were adults.
They were on planes before.
I was on a plane.
A year old.
Look at them.
Oh God. Now you're making me feel terrible.
No, don't feel terrible. They have a great home. You guys love the dogs, and I love those dogs. But it's just like thinking about all the dogs. And you know what I don't like terrible pet owners though. Fuck them. Those where they just like, they treat the dogs like shit.
I'm confused at like, why do you even have a pet? What's the point?
I guess I got him because it's a dog. What?
Well, what are you gonna do with it?
You pet it? No, it's a dog. You leave it outside.
Oh, we have.
You chain it up.
Yes.
You chain it up outside and you leave it because it's a dog. Well, why did you get it? Because the dog could have had a good life. Well, because I like to look at it outside.
I want to fight this dog with the neighbor's dog. That's so messed up.
Right, Michael Vick.
I know.
Oh my jinx. Whoa. We are the same. Anyway.
Same. Do you still have that thing? No.
Yeah, I do. I can't hear it because we don't have headphones. I got to upgrade our podcast again.
Okay, well.
Same.
It's too late now. Did you get it?
Same.
It's
that one. So we're on that now.
Okay. Anyways.
Actually, that's actually a good intro. So wait, so you finished the story. So how did you get proposed to on his birthday? And then what did he do? Did he pop out a cake?
On his birthday, we had reservations to go eat
Olive
dinner,
Garden?
and he was late because he was working late, so he's freaking out. And then he got home, and I was getting ready, and he was like, "Hey, come here." And he was in the hallway, and he was down on one knee. And he was like,
So it was in your house?
Yeah.
Oh, that's cute. So he was just like,
sweet.
he was stressed out because he was about to propose.
Well, he's like, "Hey, I know it's my birthday, but I want."
That was his present.
Mm-hmm. But this
marriage
is
was
the
his present.
Sweetest part. Okay, listen. Okay. Are you ready? Ready to cry your eyes out?
No, I don't want to cry because I'll cry.
Ready to cry out of your vagina. So I'm from Odessa, which is like 5.5 hours away from where we live. And the day before he proposed, he drove to Odessa that morning to ask my mom and my dad, who are divorced, so he had to ask them separately, for my hand in marriage. And then he drove all the way back the same day. So I had no idea. I thought he was just at work. But he had like done that whole trip in one day just to ask in person.
That's cute.
I know.
I wanted to shit on the whole thing and do a bit, but I'm like, no, I'm not going to do that.
You can if you want.
I didn't want to.
He would appreciate it.
No, that's very cute. And you know what's crazy? You think, like, when you say 8 years, I have 2 friends. My one friend proposed to his girlfriend at 11 or 12 years.
Jesus
They just got married. They're having their first kid. Shout out Joey and Kaylee. Shout out. Love you guys. Miss you guys. They're in Florida. They've been together since they got together in like their college summer.
Mm-hmm.
Their college summer. Like they met they met in college and then they never stopped hanging out. And then my other friends, they've been dating since high school.
Oh my God. That was 40 years ago.
2008.
Holy shit.
It's 2021.
They're not engaged yet? But you know what? Okay.
But no, I mean,
do they ever want to be?
I don't know if it is. I've never talked to him about it in a while.
Because it's cool if not. You know? Because honestly, I think our wedding was like, I loved it. It was incredible. But I'm like, we didn't need this. Like, I'm not going to be with you even more hardcore because now we're like, we have this piece of paper that says we're married.
I think those two are very happy together.
See?
They've always been happy. And that's why when like people say it and I'm like, yeah, I mean, I see them happy. I'm like, propose, dude, do it now. But I'm also like,
but if you're committed,
but if they're
like,
they live with each other, you know, and it's all that. So it's like, yeah, I don't see them not being with each other.
Right.
It would be weird if they weren't.
I get it. I totally get it.
You said something, what did you say before I said that? There was a part you said about being with each other, and if they don't want to be with each other, what did you say?
Like, just because you have a piece of paper doesn't mean
you're gonna labels change shit.
It really does. And it doesn't
And I don't know why. Every time I've ever been with someone without a label, it's always been the funnest relationship.
Right.
And they're like, well, am I your girlfriend?
Just let it be what
like,
it is.
And you're like, well, this is a good thing. And I just like, and it's not that I'm like going out of my way to go see with other people or talk to other people. It's like, it's the thing. I was like, I guess what it is like, I thought we had an understanding with an unspoken understanding. And then you're like, well, what are we? And you're like, you know what? That kind of hurts. It's almost like, oh, so you want to get out of this because you like, I thought it was a thing, an unspoken thing.
Yeah. But now,
like, you got a house together and you weren't married and you were just like, it's an understanding. I'm going to be with this guy forever. Right. You felt it.
Yeah. Well, we talked about it.
Yeah.
It was like, obviously we're in this, like, this is it.
Let's go.
Right. That's it. Communication is key.
You and your husband, I think you guys have good communication, right?
Oh, we have the best communication.
Yeah, I mean, you guys have it's nice to see nice couples, happy couples, like communicate.
It took time though. Like, we didn't get to that point until probably like 2 years ago, where it really started like coasting. It's just like, all right,
you get it. Trust, everything's good. You're like, this is it.
Right. Like, and we've seen each other's buttholes.
You're like, yeah, what's up?
Yeah.
Let's go.
Totally.
And that's good. It's nice to see that when people have that, you know? Like, Philip was talking to Philip hangs out with me a lot, you know?
Yeah.
And him and his girlfriend, and they were on a FaceTime thing, and they were talking to each other, and I was just like, gosh, damn it, bro. She really loves you.
No, that's sweet.
It made me almost tear up because I was like, I was hearing how they talked, and he had a big moment. You know, he's on Kill Tony a few times, and like he called her after it, and it was a big moment for them, and I got to witness it all, and I was just like, I got teary eyed because I'm like, oh my god,
that's cute.
Yeah, and it's good. It's nice when you see people who have love in their life.
Yeah, it is nice.
It's good. It's good for people to have love. And it's good for people to be happy. It's
the best.
It's so easy for everybody just to be like, yeah, fuck everything. But it's also nice when you're like, happiness is around, because it's like, what's the fucking point? Why do we got to be so fucking negative?
I don't know if it's just like the comedy scene.
My lifestyle is a negative. Like, but my lifestyle is a dark place.
To see the negative. We're not taught, but like, that's just what we do.
It's not taught to see the negative. It's taught to see the.
You're just supposed to point out
obvious.
The taboo.
You're supposed to point it out.
Yes,
you're there to point it out.
A lot of times, it's not positive.
Well, the thing is, no, it's not that it's not positive. It's that the truth of the situation is usually shocking.
Yeah.
And that's why no one likes the truth, especially when you go tell someone anything truthful, it's usually pretty shocking. And that's why when people take criticism's usually probably honest. And it's usually the truth. So when people hit you with it, you're like, fuck you, dude. I fucking hate you. Yeah. But after you take a breath, you're like,
you're right.
You're right.
Yeah. No, I know. But like, I think it's okay to like search for happiness and like want to be happy. I think a lot of people think that this negativity or the truth or whatever is more funny. But I think that if you're in terms of being a comedian or a comic, I think that you can find the funny in anything. It doesn't have to be the negative. But just in life overall, it's like, what's the fucking point? If we're all miserable, what is the point? Like, I'm already asking every day, what's the fucking point? I have an existential crisis every freaking second. Yeah. But it's like, if I'm not happy, what the hell? You know?
And that's what I keep trying to do. Like, I did everything that I set out to do, and I'm like, all right. And I'm like,
now what?
Have you seen the movie Soul yet?
No, everybody.
This movie is so on point with what we're talking about right now. I don't want to ruin it, but watch Soul. Okay. And it's on this point of, if you're also listening, watch Soul after this, and you will be like, holy shit, because that movie right now is what this podcast has talked about.
Yeah.
And it's a thing of like people searching for so much more, and you can't just exist in the present. Wow, that's deep.
Yeah.
So,
do you ever think about how much time goes by in the present that you don't remember because you're thinking about something else?
No, because you're not thinking about that. Because if you were thinking about the present, being in the present, you would realize that there's so much time.
That you're missing
and that's why, do you meditate?
I used to.
Well, when you meditate, or like anybody, and I don't like meditate all the time. I'm just saying, when you meditate, and I do like guided meditations to help it, when you do like 10 or 15 minutes of just listening to this person and trying to just follow your breathing to be in the present and the know, you're like, holy shit. It's so long.
I know.
And you're like, and then when you're not meditating, you're like, where'd the day go? But you're like,
do you ever think about I don't know what I did yesterday?
Every day. Every day.
What did I eat yesterday? Like little things. What did I wear yesterday? Mm-hmm. It's like I don't remember because I'm constantly thinking about shit that doesn't matter. Mm-hmm. It's so annoying.
I'm constantly the only thing is I'm just constantly thinking.
Yeah.
It doesn't stop.
It's never quiet.
Never. And it's terrible because it's so much stress. And even like you try to breathe and I try to meditate, and the meditation is good if you've never tried it, because it's like it takes you at least away 15 minutes of trying to get out of that headspace. And you try and you put everything down, and you're listening to this person talk to you and bringing you down from the anxiety of what the fuck you're going through. So, but yeah, the present is insane because I don't think most of us live in the present. We think we are. We think we're living in the now, but in reality, we're thinking ahead. Because you want to know what, we're probably at our jobs thinking of what's ahead at night.
What's next?
Because we don't want to be at our jobs.
When is this going to be over? When is the next thing going to be over? When's the next trip that I'm going on? Like, when's the next show? When's the next mic? When's the next anything?
And this is the thing, speaking of trips. As an adult, if you look at a normal person's adult life, it's so sad. You look at just like a normal average American citizen. And this is not like most adults all around the world. I don't know. That's probably crazy talk, but I know like at least in the US, like our life is what? You work 40 to 60 hours a week, right? For the average American, right? You probably have a family, a couple kids. You got a house, a mortgage you probably can't afford, and 2 cars if you're lucky. Mm-hmm. And that's the dream. And then you guess what? You get 1 to 2 weeks vacation on most jobs, and if you're lucky, you probably get 3 to 4 vacations.
Most people don't even
take
that.
It. And most people don't take it because they'll take the money because we need money to survive. And then the thing is, you're saving up all year to go on a vacation for 5 to 7 days of your week, and then you spend $5,000, and then you're like, well, shit, now I'm stressed out the rest of the year.
You know how long it takes for you to like
make all that?
Be mentally present when you're on vacation? I read something that was like it takes like 4 to 5 days to be able to stop thinking about the shit back home, stop thinking about work and all that stuff, and be like on vacation.
Yeah. And the funny thing is also too with the vacations is you're not even in the present. You're probably not in the now because, on vacation, all of us do is just drink and get high. That's honestly what's the crazy thing with it is we as a society have brainwashed people to be like, get a job and then 2 weeks out of the year you can go get drunk on a beach or wherever you want.
To work for the system.
And that's why sometimes I like what I do, because I've always been a person against the grain and I've always questioned authority. And that's why I love comedy. Yeah. And that's why when people talk to me about rules about comedy or certain things of comedy, I'm like, this is so stupid. I fucking hate it, because I'm like, we joined this art form to do whatever we want.
I know. Why are you trying to put boundaries on it?
Yeah. So it's like, yeah, and we're like, and it's like,
can I stop you?
Yeah, go ahead.
I have to pee.
Oh, yeah. Do you want to? Yeah, go ahead, pee. We could end the, yeah, go ahead.
Well, I feel like we didn't talk about everything. I'll be right back.
Oh, we don't have to talk about everything. We had a good podcast so far. Are you sure? Yeah, I mean, we can end on the game thing. We'll end on one game. I wrote that before? Jesus. I'm a funny man. Jesus, I'm gassy. Ooh, you're back? Oh, hey, welcome back to the podcast. We're back.
I'm back.
I'm back. Welcome back.
I just had to pee a little bit.
All right. I think I wanted to try one thing. So we were looking for shit. I was at Rite Aid and I was like, I need something unique for the podcast, which is not unique, but a topic. And I found this game.
I can't wait.
I know. I'm excited though.
I'm excited.
Is it me? Is it you? So it's a personality game or something. I had paddles. I guess we could use the paddles. Do we need the paddles?
Well,
not
whatever
really.
you want. But we have to say it because
so we don't look at each other.
They can't hear us.
Yeah,
or
we
they
say
can't
it.
see us if they're just listening, So we have to say.
So how about the first one? We'll all read the question. Oh no, this is like a thing of like who you think you are. So, but I know you pretty well. Do you know me pretty? You kind of know me.
What? Okay, so.
So if
Explain.
you think I read if it's is it me or you, and then you'll flip the card.
What if it's both of us?
Then we'll probably
So
be
we're
like
the same
me.
fucking person.
Yeah, that's what we'll find out, and then we'll talk about that.
Okay.
So the first card, we'll just do that, and we'll end the podcast on this.
I'm ready.
You ready?
I think.
So don't look at. Well, you can look, but it doesn't matter. So, all right. Do you want to do? Is it me? Is it you? We got two. So there's two on the card. We'll do coup, and we'll get the fuck out of here. All right. Whoa. All right. Okay.
I'm nervous.
All right. Ready? Which of us is more likely to approach a celebrity for a selfie?
Oh, definitely Justin.
Yeah, definitely. Oh, yeah, definitely. Yeah.
Yeah, not me. Not me.
Why wouldn't you?
I don't know. It depends on my mood
Just my
and who it is.
It depends on my mood too. I don't think I'm so much to take a picture as I am to say hi. I try to do a nonchalant like hey, like because I've been in like the business for a while, so I get what they're like. But I don't try to fanboy on it. Like I was at the comedy store and I saw Kevin Nealon. You know Kevin Nealon?
Yes.
I love that guy. I saw him sitting down getting ready, and I looked at him and I nuxed him. I'm like, dude, I love your shit. And he's like, thanks.
Okay.
And then he crashed, and then I just walked away.
Well, that's nice.
And I'm like, I don't want to bug the guy, but I'm also like, holy shit, it's Kevin Nealon.
I acknowledge you.
And he's like, let
Damn.
the ball find its wait, send it home.
Okay.
What, Happy Gilmore? I forgot.
Stop. What's the next one?
All right, what's the next one? All right, the next one. See, my dyslexia makes me read things wrong, and it like fucks up. Which of us is more likely to cry during a movie?
Probably me.
I cried too.
I cry a lot.
I cry so much.
I
cried yesterday.
Crying.
I cry a lot.
I don't love it actually.
I hate it.
Kind of upsets me. It makes me really sweaty. Do you get sweaty when you cry?
No, I get emotional.
But
same.
Fuck off. So,
but yeah, no, sometimes it depends if I'm angry. I think if I'm
if it's a frustrated cry.
If it's a frustrated cry,
those are the worst.
Don't you hate frustrated cries when you're like mad about something?
I did it on the podcast the other fucking day. Remember?
Yeah. Don't you hate when you're mad and you're like You're like, I'm so mad. And you start crying. You're like, I'm not crying because of this. I'm just crying.
Don't think this is a sign of weakness. Yeah. This is just me not killing you.
Wow. Well, thank you for showing up on the guest. I'm going to end on that note because it was the best thing to say. Sarah Tullos, if she might be on the run from killing somebody.
I don't run very fast, but actually.
Who's that lengthy woman who looks like...
I'm a good sprinter.
I got a good 20 feet in me. And then
I'm not good at the mile. Look at these Band-Aids. This is from walking for 10 minutes.
Yeah, that was sad.
I don't know what to say. I got soft skin. I don't move much, you know? My skin's not used to moving. It's used to staying in bed. That's me.
That is true. That's me. Wow. Well, thank you for bringing all my stuff.
Yeah, for sure.
And thank you for making me do a huge life choice.
Yeah, I hope that it works out.
Yeah, hopefully I don't get evicted, you know?
I don't think you will.
Hopefully I don't. Hopefully I make it.
There's like 7 kids living across the way from you, so I think you're fine.
Yeah.
Yeah. I like your new chair.
If I ever need some good salsa, I know who to go to.
I love salsa. Actually, there's great places here. But yeah, that too. You're a dick.
That's a good joke.
No.
It wasn't? Should I cut it?
Racist.
Was it?
What?
What did I say racist?
Salsa.
I said if I want to get some good salsa, I know where to go to.
Where?
Which I do know.
Where are you going?
I'm going to go to Maria's down the street.
There's no Maria's down the street.
There's always a Maria's every fucking... Now that's racist.
Maria, living the life of a West Side Story. Something Spanish, holla. Play by Los Centena. Okay.
Way to end the podcast. It was pretty fucking awesome. Where can they follow you? Or do you have any shows coming up? What's up?
I have a show next Friday, which would be the
This
23rd.
The 23rd.
Hyenas Fort Worth.
Be there.
The Red Room, be there. And then May 20th, I believe, I will be at the Arlington Improv.
That's what's up.
Follow the Sarah Show on all things.
And I have no shows coming up. Thanks for watching.
Thanks for tuning
Subscribe. Tell your friends. I'll see you next week. This is Going Through It with Justin Essenmacher. Bye-bye.
Yeah.